Hi everybody, it's Patty and I'm back with the reading for our Pisces sisters and brothers out there. And I just wanted to say a few things before I turn the cards over. When I was preparing to do this reading today, I uh, I was in a good place. I was so kind of happy because I seem to have a lot of energy today, and I usually don't have a lot of energy. Um, that's one of my health challenges. Um, I suffer with multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed in 2008, but I probably have had it all my life. Um, and I'm feeling a little better today than I have in a long time, so I thank God for that. That's why it takes me so long to do things. That's why I procrastinate. I lose my focus. But, it is what it is. It could be worse, and it's not. You know, it's a chronic ailment, and it's debilitating. It affects your memory, it affects your speech, it affects so many things because you're dealing with your neurological system. But today was a good day, you know. I still have to stop and rest in between things, and I get sidetracked like I am right now. Because that is not the purpose of this video, to talk about multiple sclerosis. The purpose of this video is to give a reading for brothers and sisters out there with the birth sign of Pisces. This is the reading for August 2017. So as I was sitting here, gathering myself, trying to tune into the reading, was going very well. And then I got a message from one of my ancestors. And I've been doing the Ancestry.com, and I did my DNA and all of that good stuff. I just wanted to know, you know. So anyway, during the census searches that I was doing, I was able to discover the record of my aunt marrying a man, and I have a picture of her with her husband, you know, downstairs, and she always had that picture on her night table. In her room, she had like a vanity table with this beautiful cherry wood oak. Oh, and that's where she kept all her makeup and her jewelry and the costume jewelry and all of that. And it had a mirror, and she had a little chair that she could sit in and look at herself. Very feminine, very fancy. They still had hope chests even. Hope chests back where when a girl was going to get married. Well, it didn't matter. A young girl started putting things away for her trousseau, I think they called it. Trousseau, I think that's what it is. And you would put like linens and silverware, picture frame, things that you wanted to decorate your house with, towels, oven mitts, all of that stuff. Even your wedding dress, if you were wearing one that was going to be handed down. But all of those things, little collages, as you know, time went up, you know, women would find pictures in magazines and put them like a little scrapbook inside of their hope chest. This was a thing. So anyway, they had stuff like that. And then after you got married, this was a place to keep your linens and, you know, other stuff at the foot of your bed. Or you could pass it on to your daughter, too. But that's back in the day, right? And these vanities, oh, some of them are very, very opulent. If you ever have a chance to go to an antique show or just see one of them, some of them are very intricate, you know, and it was the place. It was the woman's little place in her home, and so a lot of us still have that. I know in my age group, I don't know if that's a tradition that women are holding on to, but it's cool, you know. It's like having your little woman cave when your house is not that big. You sit there and I guess it's like those little glam rooms that the rich people do now, with spending all that money to have a place where they can do their makeup and their clothes. Anyway, diversion. Get back to the story. So I was sitting here, and I realized when I had found his record, and I found his record a long time ago, so this is not new. But for some reason today, I put together something. My aunt and her husband were very much in love, it seemed, or at least to hear her tell it. And somewhere along the line, something happened, and he left her, and he got remarried. And I just found, maybe a month or two ago, the thing with his new wife's name, the record of his new marriage and his new wife that he stayed with until the day he died. And he was a very handsome guy, too. So, and my aunt always used his last name. She never changed her last name. She was always Mrs. whatever. Well, my sister, I just realized my sister had the same name as this woman who my aunt thinks stole her husband, or said that she knows I wasn't there. People do shit like that, especially back then. People steal people's husbands, wives, whatever. People still do it today. But this happened, and I don't know what the circumstances were around it or anything like that. She talked about him in a very loving way. She never spoke about the separation. You would have thought maybe he died, but I knew he was alive somehow. She never said that he was, but I knew at that time that he was alive. Now he's not, of course. None of them are. But I don't want to call his name because he has family, and I'm not trying to stir nobody's pot. Whatever they did is over. Those folks are all in that. Everybody in that scenario has passed to the other side, so everybody's good now. There's no more Sobo. There's no more negativity because they're all ancestors now. But and this is how I know, because while I'm sitting here doing the reading for Pisces for August 2017, my sister, the same one that has the same name as my aunt's rival, my uncle's new wife, she had the same name. And there was a time in our lives when we had to stay with her for about a year and go to school. My parents had gotten separated, and my mother was having a hard time. She was 29 years old with 4 children. What? And and I was 9. I was the eldest, so she was. It's a lot, It's a lot, and she was working full time. And she didn't want us to be alone when we came home from school and all of that good stuff. So she registered us in school in Harlem for a year. And that was interesting. So anyway, I learned a few things that I didn't need to really know. But hey, it's okay. It's my people. So, when we would come home from school, more than a few times, Jackie was on punishment. Jackie was crying. Found her outside one day with the dog. We had a dog named Mickey. It was my dog, but we couldn't have dogs with me, so Auntie kept him. And that's cool. And she called him Mordecai. She was hilarious, okay? So, people coming home, bringing my sister back to the apartment building. And my aunt lived like on the 3rd floor of this apartment. And there was a park across the street, Mount Morris Park, very famous park at the time. I believe during gentrification now they're trying to rename the park if they haven't already, but that was the park right at the corner from her block. There were also some kind of Swedish bathhouses or something. I don't know. That was there. But it was beautiful, you know, brownstone buildings and homes. Very nice little block. So anyway, we come home and Jackie would be underneath the bed, her and Mickey the dog. Oh my God. Did I just say her name? Okay, whatever. If that's important for you to go back and rewind it so that you can catch it. Big ups on you. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. The point is that nobody knew that. And when Jackie would say things that had happened and stuff, there was no explanation, like, why would Auntie do that? I said the name again, right? Why would Auntie do that? But she just told me, as I'm sitting here, that she did. And I told her, with all respect and love, that was sick. That was horrible. That was ridiculous. It made no sense. That was evil. My sister was innocent. And those things that were done, that torture that she was put through as a little baby girl, has gone on to affect her horribly over the years. That was heinous. And I said, I have to fix this, Auntie. What can I do? Because I don't talk to my sister. She doesn't talk to me because of the traits that she has. It's that stem from different sessions of neglect and abuse for some reason. Or she saw it as neglect and abuse, maybe, because she had already been neglected and abused, and so she thinks everybody's like that. That's what I just got. Oh wow, I never thought of it that way before. That's what it is. And she's beautiful. When my mother brought her home from the hospital, I told my mother that she had brought home the wrong baby. This baby must belong to a Hawaiian lady. She looked like a little Polynesian. Beautiful, beautiful. And she's still beautiful. And she can sing, and she's got a lot of good qualities, and I do love her. But she's extra, and I can't. I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I didn't do it. I can help you work through it. But no, it's been done, and I didn't do it, so let's fix it. But the crazy, no. And she plays that, you know, damsel in distress bullshit that works. I didn't get that page, you know. So there's little things, but she's something else. But she's beautiful to look at, you know. We used to joke that, me and my other sister used to joke that all she needed was a blonde wig. She'd be Marilyn Monroe. Gorgeous. And she can cook. She can cook. Oh, she's a great cook. But I want to extend to her from our ego, from our aunts. And she's so sorry that she took out her insanity, her disappointment, and her hurt heart on a child, on anybody. And she wants you to forgive her. So if you get to hear this message somehow, this is the message that I had for you. And since you're a Pisces, and I was doing the reading for the Pisces, I'm sure that this is legit. Of course, I know you're going to go around telling everybody I'm witchcraft and all that other nonsense. You do you, boo. Okay, I don't have time for that. What I do know is that there's a healing that can be accomplished. And the first step is our aunt apologizing to you for what she did. And she is apologizing, and she's asking for your forgiveness. And she said that she's forgiven herself, and that she's forgiven her husband and that other person. But most of all, she wants your forgiveness so that you can let go and you can grow. She does it. She realizes what she's done. And she wanted to get this message to you. I don't know what went on. I just know the times that we, found you under the bed with the dog and all that other crap. And there was like a slab of cardboard or something, and it had tar on it underneath the bed. But we went to get her. She was all sticky with the. It was something. Man, oh man. The stuff we went through. But all things work together for the good. So that's the message for my sister. And I'll send this whole thing to her as I'm recording it now. If there's any more messages to come through for her while I'm conducting this general reading for Pisces for the month of August 2017. Okay, so the first card you got here, Pisces, was the Three of Earth. Okay? But it was in the reverse position. The second card that you got here was the Seven of Fire. Seven of Fire represents fire signs, which would be Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This is also, when I see this, I see military, I see a soldier. I see a soldier. I see someone who is fighting a good fight, and he's standing up to the devils and the demons. Yep, he's guarding himself from the fire, but he's standing tall. So the first message that I got with these two cards, the Three of Earth upside down, which this way talks about abundance, everyone sharing, families, parents providing for the children. Okay, so this reading I think is about someone who, and it was upside down, so this is upside down. So to me this means that someone left the nest. One of the birds flew the nest. Someone left home, they grew up, and they went away to the military. Honest to God, that's what I saw. This meant to me that this person left home and went to the military. The next card they got was a message from the water upside down. The message from the water right side up is similar to the Chariot. Okay, in the regular tarot. This is movement. What this said to me when I was placing the cards as they came, without consulting, just intuitively, this to me was telling me that this military person went to the Navy and they're retired. That's what I got. That may not be what the authors of the book and the people who developed this card system wanted it to be, but that's what I said it is. That's what my ancestors told me it was. Talks to me, it talked about someone from the Navy who went to the Navy, left home, went to the Navy, and right now they're retired. Now, according to the book, you have the ability to work past the emotions in a situation, acknowledging the emotions, but you bring reason and logic to the situations. But not everybody around you appreciates that. They see it as you being a little authoritative, like you can be severe sometimes in your speech. They feel maybe they're jealous, who knows, but they have a little bit of a thing, you know. It's a sibling thing. I think this is what's going on, all right, Pisces? Okay, all the siblings have, all the little siblings, the little poor Pisceans have a complaint today. They're having a hard time, they're having a struggle. Okay, we get you. So this is their complaint. This is their stage to complain to you or for you, with you, Pisces. Okay. So, yep. Okay. So the village. Village is kind of similar to the Tower card. Tower, Tower, Tower card, right? But it's upside down. People are running about. Houses are on fire. The thunder and lightning bolts are coming. People are laid out dead already. Others are just ignoring the other people in the village and going for their own. And even the trees are looking evil. There's a plague on the land. So again, this is a tower battle. It's upside down. So what it said to me is that you left town, you know, you went to the military, you went to the Navy, you saw a lot of things, you grew, but your family is still back in that place. And you have a little chaos. There's some kind of chaos, some kind of emergency situation. Something going on. And they're trying to contact you, or they have contacted you. And the next card that we got here was the element of the earth. So to me, this again spoke about home. There was a different kind of lifestyle that you would have had you stayed in your village, had you stayed with your family. So you went out and had an adventure, and you saw the world, you gained a lot of experience, and you became a little well-to-do. And it's kind of biting. It's kind of bothering some of your siblings, I think, or their wives. Someone in your little family village community. They just feel like you are a little severe. But you have to go home. This is an emergency situation, and you can do that. So you went home. You live far away from your family, but you're able to go home because they need you right now. You see, this is you running home with all you have to do, with all that you have to do, because yes, you may be retired, but you still have, you're working, you have things to do. You have your own family, that you've married and had children in their lives. But you got the call to go, and you went back home, right? So, there's some chaos, some emergency. You've gotten a call that you need to return home, and that's what you've done. And this has something to do with some kind of a medical emergency. Some kind of medical emergency. But it's going to be okay because, see, there's a rainbow and there's sunshine behind it. This card is Oshumari. You've been praying and God has heard your prayers. The Creator has heard your prayers. Pisces. Amen, Ashe. And you're going to get your wishes. This is upright also. This is the Sun. This is the best card in the whole deck of any tarot, for the most part. The Sun. And it was in the upright position, so you're going to get your wishes. And you're going to bring balance to a situation. I get the feeling that that's what you do all the time anyway. Pisces. I think I'm talking to a man right now. Could be talking to a woman. Same situation. Leave, go to the military, go have your own home. Leave the area where you've grown up, leave your area where your family is. You've done that, and now there's a family emergency, and you're going back home to see about that. It's death. You're praying for death to be delayed. You're already there. There's decisions that need to be made, discussions that need to be had, and you want to do all that you can to delay the death. This card is Yansa, like Oja. It's the keeper of the cemetery. She rides with the winds. She is the winds. And things can change. Diagnoses can change. And God can do anything. Ashe? And your prayers have been respected by the Creator. I'm getting that you know how to pray. You are a man that knows how to pray. And that's what you were taught here in the village. And your parents, your mother, they gave you that foundation. That foundation. You know how to pray. And you know how to pray and cut through all the nonsense. And when wow. They said God respects your prayers. God respects your prayers. Well, you need to share the recipe with the rest of us, huh? That's beautiful. There may be a situation with some inheritance eventually with this situation. And people are going to feel like you're trying to be the boss. This is the Four of Earth reversed. Normally it's this way, like the Four of Coins, but this ram is sitting on this money and holding on to it. When I see this card, for me, when it's upside down, it says that there's an inheritance that's coming, or somebody is sitting on some money that might have your name on it. There's something that's going to have to be settled. And that's another thing. When you come home, you kind of take charge of the matters. But you do it in a way that everybody's talking. But at the end of the day, it's just the way that you say it. Some of them just like, it's the, hey. You were in the military. That's the way they taught you, you know, and that's just the way it is, and that's how, especially Navy. I dealt with that in a way, you know. So yeah, they can be a little like, Ted Hut, you know, that type of shit. Ooh, but they mean well. You mean well. You mean well. You mean well, and you wanted to give yourself a chance. You wanted to have a different kind of a life. But you're still very, very grounded and home. And you, oof, God respects your prayers. Ashe, brother. And it's not, every time I put my hand on that card, a message is coming. These two cards together, this is what it's saying to me. Wow. They said, like Moses, you're a leader of people. You command respect when you speak. And sometimes when you go home, it doesn't, you don't turn the flame down enough for your brothers and sisters. Your kids are used to you. Remember, our brothers and sisters know us from like, as soon, you know, forever. They know our good and bad sides. And they know what we're capable of. For the most part. I mean, not, you know, like your achievements and accomplishments, but they've seen you with the snotty nose, okay, and the diarrhea. You know, they've seen you when you went and tried to take the girl out on a date and there was another guy there and your feelings was crushed. Yeah. Say it didn't happen. So give that some respect too, you know. They're not children, they're going through this crisis with you, and you know that. You're just trying to bring some order. But you know how to, the fact that you know how to push past the emotion and bring reason out of it, still respecting their emotion, it's wonderful. And most of your family members appreciate that about you, but there's a sibling or two that are over there in the peanut gallery, like, who does he think he is, you know? I get the feeling it's brothers, not so much as sisters. I think maybe one sister, but it's a brother definitely that's a little grumpy about you. Yeah, he's a little grumpy that you're around. But he knows he needs you. He knows he needs you. He knows that he knows, and that pisses him off more, that he knows they can't do anything without you. Not because of, you know, inheritance laws and all that. No. Just, he knows you organize them. He knows that you get the family, you know, pointed in the right direction. That you can help them all agree. You know, you have a way, you're very persuasive. You're very persuasive. That's what I'm getting. And it seems that now that you're doing things, you got a lot of earth messages. To me, it's saying that you've continued doing something that has to do with the environment. That's what you like. You're the Navy, and then doing things that are part of the government. The part of the government that works with the earth. Environmental protection, or saving people, you know, what is FEMA, things like that, Red Cross. You juggle a lot of things, but the ancestors have been propping you up along your course. They're very proud of you. They're very proud of you. There may be a hospitalization. I'm getting that. So, you know, we're saying as a hospitalization, maybe a parent is getting older. Maybe they have to be, you know, do the nursing home thing, whatever it is. But there was a crisis, and you rushed home, right? You rushed back to the village, when there was a crisis. This was chaos. And you came to battle it all out, settle everything up, calm everybody down, bring some peace, bring some tranquility, bring some reason to this emotional situation. You know what? Maybe y'all got to praying. Maybe y'all all got to praying. Maybe all of you got to pray. And those prayers, that prayer was respected by God. So there may be a delay. So maybe the person will be released from the hospital, go home, go to hospice, you know. But at some point, there will be a time when things have to be straightened out through legalities, wills, testaments, and all of that stuff. And you're going to be the person who does that for your family, and they just got to know that that's just the way it is. This card was karma, and it was in the reversed. This is about settling a score. This is about settling a score. Also talks about, I wrote this down because it was kind of important for that particular card, karma. This person, and you, I guess, their life, your brothers, everybody, but their life has played out the way it had to be played. His life had to be played the way it was played. So this, whatever situation, I think it's saying to me, whatever situation that occurred during the lifetime of this person, it was in, that's the way God intended it. That's the way, that was the path that had to be made in order for other things to happen. And including whatever crisis that he's experiencing at this time, this is also part of the karmic retribution, lesson maybe, lesson to be learned. So his soul knows that he's playing out his life story. His soul knows what his life story is, right? He knows inside what his life story is, deep inside. So I'm hearing that his feats are accomplished, like his tasks, his learning. Yes, okay. He graduated. When he makes his transition, it'll be because he graduated. I get this another 4 of water. This animal is an animal that can hibernate underneath the bottom of the depths of the sea for at least like 2 years. And when he awakens, he springs into action more beautiful than he was. And he's a powerful, big, look at it. That looks like some hunky meat. Like a cross between a whale and a dolphin, right? But after that 2 years, or after that time, this is about resurrection. So what I'm seeing and Pisces. Jesus. Thank you, Lord. There was a foundation that you were given. And then this man had to finish out his karmic play. And that's what he did. And that was what he was supposed to do in order to elevate. That was what he was supposed to do in order to start anew all over again. Oh my. Okay, it's saying that when you pass over, if you haven't completed your lessons, you come back and get more lessons. If you've completed your lessons, you have the free will choice to do the cycle again, come back into the world, or remain. Wow. Wow. Or remain with the Creator. Wow. Whew. And lucky him rather, this parent, this person, whatever happens, when it happens, know that he will come again, Babatunde. But he's finished with this party, with this play. He's finished with this path. He's done. He's elevated, and he'll come back again. So, keep an eye on new babies that come into your family, grandchildren. Even children who are here already while this person is still with us. There may be a time after they transition that you'll start to notice characteristics of that person. It could even happen in a child that was already here and born. That's a whole nother science or metaphysical science, I guess, or another theory. But that's what I was just told. So I'm repeating it out loud. When you come and you do your lessons, and if you keep needing to repeat the lessons and you repeat them, and you graduate with different things, different levels you accomplished. And the spirit, the Ori, the head, the humanity of this parent, of this person, has been accomplished. It is finished. Wow. God has respect for your family. Major respect for your family. That's amazing. That's amazing. I've never heard of anything like this. But that's what I'm getting. Those are the messages that are coming for you today, Pisces. This is really a beautiful reading. It really, really is. And this is amazing to me. God, healing. Your wishes being answered. Your prayers being answered. Delaying death. That will come. But know that there is a karmic path that parent has completed. Ashe. Ashe. You should be proud. It takes a long time. It takes many cycles to accomplish that. That's what I'm being told. So, he may choose not to come back and remain in the presence of God for all eternity. But you can always call on him. And he'll come back and help you. He will always remain an ancestor if that's what he chooses. Ashe. Wow, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay, Pisces, as usual, you take it out of me. So what are we going to do? Oh, do we want to talk to heaven yet? No, we don't, because no, not yet. He's alive. Let's do that. Let's try until today. If there's a message for you until today. I'm talking to heaven. Your prayers have been answered. That's been delayed. We're not doing that. We got all the messages from heaven that we just needed. God just told us, he revealed to us, the Creator just revealed to us how this cycle works. That we do come back, that we are working out our cosmic lessons. Our karmic and cosmic. Cosmic, wow. Karmic lessons are being worked out, and we just have to go with it. But sometimes, oh, I can't do them that way. Oh, a little bit. But sometimes there comes a time when that spirit may choose not to return because he doesn't have to. He or she doesn't have to. Okay, I'm trying to get some type of encouragement for Pisces. August 2017. What does Pisces need to know? What words do we have of encouragement? This man who is most respected by, whose prayers, wow, whose prayers are most respected by the Creator. Amen. What is that? Thank you, ancestors, for that message. I'm just going to shuffle until something falls out, because this is profound, and I want to make sure I get it right. Okay, here we go. The ways I give and receive love may not be loving at all. Well, weren't we just talking about communications and opinions, people taking your words to be very severe and strict? And you see that as love. You see that as the way that you take care of your family, that you handle things for them. The ways I give and receive love may not be loving at all. I'm also getting the message for, in the first scenario that I spoke about, that a child should not fear people that they're left in the hands of, in the charge of, and they're entrusted to by their parents, when their parents have to work and take care of them, or for any reason. But it affects the children and the people that they're supposed to receive love from do things that are very unloving. And we know that hurt people hurt people. And when people are hurt, sometimes it takes them over the edge to a place that they should not have been taken to. We need to be more considerate about the way we end our relationships. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. We need to be more. We need to be careful and consider the effect that your absence and your actions afterwards. See, the things that all lead up to divorces, you know, people have their disagreements, whatever, fighting, not fighting, deciding that they're going to try to make a go of it for the sake of the children, all of that other stuff. That's not good either. Okay, we've come to realize that staying together for the sake of the children is really not a good method, but it worked. Or that's the excuse that people gave. And then right after they got divorced, they go and they get married. And it's hurtful. And some people don't take it well. Some people take it out on their children. Or children entrusted into their care. And you're supposed to, that child is supposed to give there to receive love. But that loving, that what they're receiving is not loving at all. So, if there was abuse of any kind, I'm not saying it was sexual abuse. I'm like torture and that type of stuff. That's what I think happened, but I don't know. And because of the way that she's been affected by that, it's like when you know she's lying and she's insisting that she's not, it makes you forget that she was a victim at such a young little age. And she tries to be lovable. And she is. But sometimes she can be a bit much. She's very, she got that entitlement thing, but that's just an aspect of her being Pisces. And she's got that damsel in distress nonsense down too. But hey, it works, right? It works for some people. Hey, whatever works. Just don't go around hurting people with it, okay? Don't be manipulative. But we learn these things when we're children. We pick up learning how to be manipulative in order to maybe save your life, because your aunt's got a cardboard with tar all over it, and you're underneath the bed until your brothers and sisters come home from school. That's madness. That was madness. Again, she's apologizing